and welcome back to a new week with us here for Junior Church.
All right, and just like every other service, we're going to start off with, we are glad you're here today.
Yes.
All right, so when we say, you got to add someone else's name to it from your household, all right?
All right.
Let's sing, all right, guys? I am glad you're here today, today. I'm glad you're here today with me in our church. There's Graham and Ross and I am glad you're here today with me in our church.
Good job. I hope you were singing nice and loud and clear and saying all your names.
All right. We're going to be talking about some miracles today. That's our theme. And so we're going to sing the song, God Can Do Anything But Fail. All right? God can do anything, anything, anything. God can do anything but fail. He can save, He can keep, He can cleanse, and He will. God can do anything but fail. He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. God can do anything, anything, anything. God can do anything but fail. All right, now our next song is we're going to sing, My God is so big. All right, so you might have to stand up. Stand up with us all. All right, maybe a little stretch. All right, another stretch.
Yeah, we gotta be as big as we can be.
All right, okay.
All right,
and
ready?
Strong. Okay.
Big muscles.
All right. Okay.
My
God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you.
Good singing. Well, why don't we take a few minutes to go over some of our review questions? Yeah,
Yes.
Ross? You want to do some of the review too? We have a couple of big questions. The first question. Now think about these things. The first question is, what makes Jesus different?
What makes Jesus
different?
Let's think about that for a little bit. I remember Graham knew it last week.
Yep, he did.
I know it now.
You know it now too. You want to tell us what makes Jesus different?
What makes Jesus different?
Jesus is God's one and only Son. Does He have three?
Nope,
No,
not three
not
sons,
three,
not two sons.
but
Jesus
one.
is God's one and
Good,
only
all right.
Son. Good answer.
All right, and then the really tough one. You guys all gotta think before you answer.
Yep.
Is who saves us from our sin? Who saves us from our sin? Let's think about it, and the answer is 3, 2, 1. Jesus!
Yes, Jesus saves us from our sins. Very good. And our verse that we have been working on is John 14:6.
All right. And it goes,
Jesus said, I am the
way,
the
truth, and the life.
Good job.
All right. Now we're going to sing our last song together. It's the one we've been working on here. And let's start it off, Scarlett.
Okay. I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thy
has paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. All right, well, before our service, or before our story today, I have a magic trick. So let's go to that.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Great Shavini. All right, so what I have for you today, what do you think is in here? Say it if you think you know what it is. All right, well, I'm going to take a cup and I'm going to pour it in. And no, it's just water. I tricked you. Oh, great Shavini. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's the trick. No, there's just water in there. I'm going to take this cup now and pour a little water in. Let's see. What? How? How in the world? Well, let me tell you how you can do this. First, you need a really good animal character. Then, parts no one sees. Well, I probably went into a little bit too much detail of that magic trick, but hopefully you can do that at home by yourself. But I want to be sure you understand, this was just a trick, right? Anyone could do this trick once they find out the rules. But what we're learning about today is called a miracle. And a miracle only God can do. Jesus performed miracles so that other people would believe he was the true Son of God. Remember, who saves us from our sins? Jesus. Let's listen to our story today as we see Jesus' first miracle here on earth.
Wow, that great Shavini is definitely talented, isn't he? Those were some pretty amazing tricks that we just got to see. Well, the great Shavini, he told us a little bit about what miracles are. And to remind you, a miracle is something that is done by God's power that's normally impossible. Now today we're going to talk about Jesus' first miracle in our story. Have you ever been to a wedding before? What did you do when you were there? Did you have some yummy cake? That's usually my favorite part of a wedding, is the cake for sure. Well, in our story today, Jesus and his disciples and even his mother, do you remember what Jesus' mother's name was? Did you say Mary? You're right. Even Mary was invited to come to the wedding. And we're going to hear about what happens there because there was a problem. So I want you to listen carefully and see if you can figure out what that problem was. Well, Jesus, his disciples, along with his mother Mary, they were invited to a wedding in the town of Galilee. Now, back in the Bible days, weddings could last for a whole week. That's a long time. Usually we go to a wedding and the festivities last for a couple of hours. But this one, it was going on and on. The people were having a wonderful time. But after a while, they ran out of wine to serve to the guests. Well, Jesus' mother Mary, she quietly went to Jesus and told him, Jesus, there's a problem. There's no more wine. Well, Jesus said, Mother, why are you involving me in this? Why do you think Mary asked Jesus to help her with this? Just like we sang about earlier, remember, God can do anything. That means Jesus can do anything. Well, Jesus' mother Mary, she went to the servants and she told them, you do whatever Jesus asks you to do. Well, close by, there were some very large jars of water. Each one held about 20 or 30 gallons of water. Now, to put that in perspective, I have 1 gallon of water right here. Now, these pots were big enough to hold 20 or 30 of these. That is a lot of water. What in the world do you think they're going to do with all that water? Well, Jesus told the servants, he said to them, fill each of these jars all the way to the top with water. They obeyed, and they filled each one all the way to the very tip top. That would take quite a while to put 20 or 30 gallons of water in there. Well, Jesus then told the servants, go and get some of the water and take it to the man in charge of this wedding. Well, that was a little confusing. They just filled it with water, and now Jesus said, go take some of the water to the man who was in charge. They obeyed right away. They took a small jar or cup of water to the man in charge. He didn't know what was going on, but he tasted it, and boy, was he happy. He said, well, usually when people have a party or a wedding, they bring out the best wine at the very beginning, but you have saved the best tasting wine till the very end. What just happened? Did you catch it? Jesus turned that water into wine. When Jesus' disciples realized that he had turned the water into wine, they believed in him. This was the first miracle that Jesus did to show how much power he had. Now again, miracles are something that are done by God's power. That's normally impossible. Normally we can't just say, here, drink some of this water, and it turns into grape juice in our cup. No, that doesn't happen, does it? Well, Jesus did miracles to help people believe that he is the Son of God. Jesus has power over everything, and everyone who believes in him will live with him forever. Now, I hope you were listening carefully. Let's go over a couple of questions that I have here for you today. Number 1, where were they in the story? Now, this could go 2 ways. Maybe you remember, do you remember the town that I said that the wedding was in? You had to listen very carefully. I only said it one time. It was Galilee. Did you get that? It was Galilee. And where were they going? Now, that's the other part. That's the other answer. Where were they going in the story? They were going to a wedding. Good job. Question number 2. There was a problem. They ran out of wine. And what did Jesus tell the servants to do? Yes, he said to fill the jars with water, and they obeyed right away, all the way. Number 3, what did the water turn into after the man who was in charge of the wedding tasted it? Yep, you're right, it turned into wine. And lastly, how did the man who was in charge say the wine tasted? He said it was the best wine they'd had the entire banquet, and that usually the best wine would have gotten served first. Well, I hope you guys have learned something through this story, that God can do anything, even things that we think are impossible.
All right, well, that's a wrap, kids.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Junior Church at Home. We hope you enjoyed it.
All right, you can look below, and there's a link to a coloring page and a dot to dot. If you would like to fill that out and color it, and your parents can take a picture of it and send it to us, we'll show it on next week's episode.
And speaking of featuring pictures, take a look at some of these beauties that were sent to us this week. All right, you guys, we received some beautiful pictures of the Pharisee and the tax collector this week.
Yes, and as you can see, Carter really went with the royal blue on this one for that Pharisee.
Yeah, he did. Nice. Ooh.
Yeah, Abby. She went with a royal purple, I'd have to say.
She did. I know. I
Yes.
do like the use again of blue in these pictures.
Yep. Oh, Ellie, look at that. Way to
Wow.
stay in the line.
Very nice. Another blue set of robes, and I like the different pillars. Very nice.
Very nice.
Graham, wow. Now Graham's is colorful, and I think he was very happy when he was coloring this picture.
I do too. Yes. Clayton, our furthest sent in picture from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Very nice job. Looks like he was using a marker on this
I know,
one.
and again, the royal purple blue color coming through on these robes. Nice job. Oh, another blue set of robes. I love it. Very nice.
Yep, and this was Hannah. Yeah, Hannah did that one. Very good.
Ooh,
and Colin sent this one in. Yes, very nice.
I know. I like that background scene there. It's all in yellow like that. That's
it looks like they just got done eating a blue Jolly Rancher, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, blue lips.
All right. I think that's it. Good job, guys, for this week.
Yeah, looking forward to the next ones.
Oh, those looked awesome. Continue sending in the pictures, all right? We'll see you guys later. Bye.